Alright, so now we're going to get to our course project, building a blog on Node.js. So we'll have most of the blog written for you, and your job will be to fill in specific queries to MongoDB that update the necessary collections or read data from the collections that we use to populate the pages on the blog. So right now I'll just show you the user interface so you get a sense of what the finished product is going to look like. Alright, so we'll go to a terminal just to show you how to do this. So if you look in here, we have our blog project files. This is our main application. This is the application we're actually going to run. And here we have a routes directory, and this actually has all our routes for Express. Down here we have sessions, users, and posts. These actually correspond to our 3 collections for the blog. So these contain the code that you're actually going to be modifying to complete this project. So the first thing we want to do is run our app. And you notice we actually are looking for a module that we don't have installed. If you notice up here, we actually don't have a node modules folder. But we do have a package.json folder, so let's just type npm install to install all of our modules. Alright, so we installed all our dependencies. Let's just run our application. Alright, Express server listening on port 3000. So let's take a look at what our finished blog should look like. So let's go to localhost 3000, and we're at our blog. So this is our home page. There's nothing on it right now. So let's actually log in so we can create a new post. Let's create a username test, password test, and we have no such user. So let's hit the back button here and actually sign up. So here's our sign up page. Let's create a username test with a password of test and verify test with test@example.com as our email. Alright, so now we're logged in. We can actually go to our blog homepage. Not very interesting because it doesn't really have any posts on it. So let's go create a new post. Let's call it first. This is the first post. So now down here we have our tags, and we can say first, comma, post, comma, blog. So now let's submit that, and we are actually specifically at our first post, and we can go to the blog home. So this shows all the posts. We just have one right now. And notice we actually have 0 comments on the post. So let's add a comment to our post. First comment on first post. So we submit. Now our post has a comment. So let's create another post. And let's give it some of the same tags. Let's give it post blog tags and submit that. Now we just see second because we're specifically on the page to view the second post. So let's go back to our home, and now we can see we have both our first, second post. First post has 1 comment, second post has 0 comments, and they have some tags in common. So the next thing we can do is actually see all posts for a specific tag. So right now we just have 2, so it's not terribly interesting, but basically what this is showing is all the posts with the tag post. So actually if we click here on first, we just see all the posts with the tag first, which is just this one. And finally we have a logout page. And once we log out, we can still see our posts, so this is actually visible to people not logged in, but we actually can't create a new post. So that's the basic functionality of our blog. This is just so you get a sense of what the finished product would look like when you're working on your application. So hopefully that's enough of an introduction so that you know what the blog should do and how it should work when it's finished.